Hey there! In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a Chat GPT chatbot for your website in just a few minutes. Chat GPT is a powerful language model developed by OpenAI, and with just a few steps, you can add it to your website to provide your visitors with an amazing conversational experience. So, let's get started. Step 1. Create an OpenAI account. The first thing you need to do is create an OpenAI account. Just go to the OpenAI website and sign up. Once you've signed up, you'll have access to the API key, which you'll need to use the Chat GPT model. Step 2. Set up the backend. The next step is to set up the backend. You can use any backend you want, but for this tutorial, we're going to use Node.js and Express.js. Just create a new project, install the required dependencies, and then create a new file called server.js. In this file, we're going to create an endpoint that will communicate with the Chat GPT API. Step 3. Set up the front end. Now, it's time to set up the front end. Again, you can use any front end you want, but for this tutorial, we're going to use React. Just create a new project, install the required dependencies, and then create a new file called app.js. In this file, we're going to create a simple chat interface that will allow users to chat with the Chat GPT chatbot. Step 4. Connect the backend and front end. The next step is to connect the backend and front end. We're going to use socket.io for this. Just install socket.io on the backend and front end, and then update the server.js file to listen for incoming connections. Then, update the app.js file to connect to the backend using socket.io. Step 5. Integrate the Chat GPT API. Finally, we're going to integrate the Chat GPT API. To do this, we're going to use the Axios library to send requests to the API. Just update the server.js file to make requests to the API, and then update the app.js file to send messages to the backend when the user types something in the chat interface. And that's it. Then, when the backend receives a message from the front end, it will send a request to the Chat GPT API, get a response, and then send the response back to the front end using socket.io. You've just built a Chat GPT chatbot for your website in just a few minutes. Of course, you can customize the chatbot to fit your needs, and even train the Chat GPT model on your own data to make it more accurate. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Also, do not forget to subscribe our channel to see more videos like this in the future.